Oh, okay. Test, test. Yep. There we go. How you guys doing? Having a good day, I trust. Oh, goodness. Showtime! I figured it out, chat. We've got our games up. We've got Ghana, Uruguay. Is going to be the main one that we have the lineups up for. But we are also going to be watching Portugal, South Korea, of course. Good morning. Welcome to day 317 of watching the World Cup in a row. It is the final group stage day. The final group stage day. And, you know, there are 3 teams playing for 1 spot. That's what's going on. 3 teams, 1 spot. Good morning. Bye, Free, Vladimir. Revenge for Ghana on the cards for Mata. Yes, I imagine so. Pirate. Last day of the groups, I know, but that means we're almost in the knockouts where so much of World Cup drama is authored. The last 4 tickets to the knockouts will be booked today. Only 2 tickets will actually be booked today because Portugal and Brazil have clinched going through to the knockout stages. We are looking for 2 more teams to join Portugal and Brazil in the knockouts at this World Cup. Only 2 spots remain. Zapanda going for Uruguay today. They need to score a goal if they're going to get the job done. I need some advice, man. I went 16 games unbeaten to start my season. Now I'm on an 8-game losing streak. I've tried everything. I don't know what's going on. Well, I think that when you have a very long unbeaten streak, that next game after you lose is very important because you take a huge morale hit for losing that unbeaten streak. So you need to be very positive, pick the players up. But after 8 matches without winning, that is a whole other issue. Oh, the Uruguay anthem does slap. It's about to drop. The anthems are going right now. I'll kill the tunes. I'll kill the tunage. Find it hilarious. People ask Suarez to apologize to that handball. I thought Suarez's answer was actually really good to that. Where he was just like, oh, yeah, it's not my fault. I didn't miss a penalty. And oh, okay. No Leao. In fairness, he hadn't started the first 2 games, and they have still won. So, honestly, to me, I know Ghana's in for all the revenge today, but to me, that handball was one of the most impressive athletic accomplishments I've ever seen live. I mean, you need to ask, has this been like a break to you or more intense than usual? Huh. A lot more intense. Mainly the waking up at 4:30 in the morning for 7 straight days. Like, if this was starting at 11, I think it would be more of a break. But when you adjust your whole life to wake up at 4:30 in the morning, it definitely throws you off. Wasn't able to record for like 7 days. But we're back on that now. Had to like reset up the desk to be able to record. So once we finish the live streams, then we move the camera and the mic back to where we're able to record again, and then we record instead. Very fun stuff. Good evening, New Zealand. Good evening, Duke. Good evening. So most neutrals are rooting for Ghana, right? I mean, South Korea could also beat Portugal and go through. If Uruguay and Ghana draw, South Korea, I believe, South Korea needs to beat Portugal by 2 goals. If Uruguay beats Ghana by a goal and South Korea wins and South Korea goes through, South Korea is still alive as well. Ghana is an agent of chaos at this World Cup very clearly, but with a win, Ghana guarantees that it goes through. South Korea and obviously Uruguay, who would be losing that game, cannot catch them. Those are the situations. All right, Portugal is through, and unless Ghana wins and likely South Korea wins to flip Portugal's goal difference, Portugal will be the top seed out of this group. They've been aided by South Korea and Uruguay fumbling the bag a little bit. If you need to take time off afterwards, I'm sure we'd all understand. Look after yourself. Slar, no, honestly, I've been okay. It has been a lot. And the World Cup does afford days off, as you may have noticed. Once you get through the round of 16 and the knockouts, I was like setting up a meeting and I went, no, I'll have World Cup at that time. And then I realized there were no World Cup matches the day that they were trying to do the meeting. And I was like, you know what? Never mind. I am okay. Good luck living up to yesterday. Yeah, that will be tricky, won't it? Portugal playing second gear, go South Korea. I think we could see a match that's very similar to Tunisia against France, where France rotates a lot. I haven't actually looked at the Portuguese lineup yet. I probably should. Luis Suarez could be playing his last World Cup match also. That is like a strong overcurrent in this. All right, this is the Portuguese lineup: Costa, Dalo, Pepe, Cancelo, Antonio Silva. Yeah, they've rotated pretty heavily. Mateus Nunes, Vitinha, Ricardo Horta. I mean, really, with the exception of Neves, Ronaldo, Cancelo, and Diogo Costa in goal, they've rotated the team. So there's an opportunity there for Korea. But South Korea does not control its own destiny. They need a win, and they need help. They need an Uruguay win by 1 goal, or, they need a multi-goal win against Portugal and a draw. South Korea can go through. They just need help. But Ghana is unlikely to provide it, given the ridiculousness of Ghana's first 2 games, a 3-2 loss to Portugal and a 3-2 win against South Korea that was absurd. Match is underway. Totally forgot to start the clock. Getting it started right now. All right, match is going. The matches are within 1 second of each other right now on my 2 screens, which is awesome. That's fantastic news. Until something changes and until a goal is scored, Ghana and Portugal are the teams going through. 2 draws across the board send Ghana and Portugal through. I can see Ghana winning this. Their odds seemed way disproportionate. Ghana's outplayed what they were supposed to be able to do very quickly at this tournament. Corny Gold, thank you so much for the 19 months as part of the Hammers. I'm back in sunny today. I had the Tottenham kit, had to break it out. See the reports of the flu going around amongst the Netherlands camp. That is really unfortunate for the Netherlands. But I wouldn't read too much into it. There's so much subterfuge and sneaky little news stories that go around like before a World Cup matchup, Anything to gain an edge. Don't take it too seriously. This is exactly the game to use Ronaldo in because he only cares about himself and the goal scoring record. I mean, you wouldn't have been able to not play him. Oh, good pass. Looking for Palistri. Came up empty. Hey, Blue, thank you for the tier 1. Welcome to the Hammers. The Dutch news doesn't mention anything being wrong. See, there you go. It's just people coming up with stuff. Who's the Portuguese equivalent of Piers Morgan? I don't know. But I'm sure Ronaldo will find him soon. If Portugal get knocked out of this World Cup without winning it, that's the next interview, dude. If the player is good, I'd prefer a high-scoring player. What a Ronaldo thing. Who are the players to watch? Ooh, my bad. Those are your players to watch, chat. Hey, Hoder, thank you so much for 2 gifted. I appreciate it. Will you play FM between the games today? No, I'm not going to. I wish, but I'm not going to. Sunday is the likely target now for playing Peacock's matches. Darwin! Copium. I know. It's just like, now we're recording videos again because we're not streaming for 11 hours a day, and it's like, I gotta make sure I do that. I need to conquer my to-do list, chat. Nunez dive. I mean, it's a South American special, dude. Uruguay is going to serve up plenty of South American specials throughout this game. You know that's going to happen. Did Muslera drop off that much? I mean, the Uruguayans I've talked to actually really like Sergio Rocher, and they think he's very good. So I don't think that the Uruguayans ever loved Muslera. He was always somebody that they seemed to blame. And I really, honestly, if you look back at like the highlights of their key World Cup moments, Muslera makes a few mistakes. And so I think the door was open for Rocher to walk through it, and he's walked through it. What now? Handball? All right. Right. No! It's a goal for Portugal! Is that Mateus Nunez? Yo! Portugal scores! I think it's Mateus. And for South Korea, it's a nightmare start. That means this match is really the only one that has a chance in it. Knifing through the wall of Kim, the Great Wall of Kim. South Korea's defense never stood a chance. Wow. Oh, it's Ricardo Horta, who's got a World Cup goal. Okay, Ricardo Horta. 5 minutes into the game for Portugal. That's a lovely finish and a precise goal by Portugal. Well, that just about takes care of that. South Korea's going to need multiple goals now. South Korea has to win that game and have other things go right. Niallford, thank you for donating $5 to Amnesty International. I appreciate that a ton, my dude. Honestly, I don't know if I know who Horta is. Like, straight up. Who Ricardo Horta is. I wish this, like, this FIFA app would link to some sort of player page, but apparently that's, you know, gotta buy a third condo in the Caymans instead. He's the Braga captain? Ah. That dual wielding explains why I don't know who he is, but how he made the team. That goal is important for Uruguay because now Uruguay can win 1-0 as long as South Korea doesn't mount a surprising comeback. Uruguay can win 1-0 and still go through. That's what that means. And South Korea continues to be the most consistent World Cup team that has never won. They're on the longest streak right now. The Ghanaian fans are going nuts. Respect. Oh, Iñaki. Iñaki really hadn't done anything in this tournament, has he? Who scored for Portugal? Horta. Ricardo Horta. Braga captain. You might have heard of him. Everybody shut up. Let me do this. Oh, Palistri. Oh, well done. Well held. Nobody's there. That was a good play, though. Nice one, Z. Yeah, I know ball. What can I say? I know every player at the World Cup. First time ever that African teams are in the knockout. More African teams are in the knockouts than CONCACAF teams. Yeah, it's really hard. The United States trying to carry the load for CONCACAF. Just disgusting, really. Yeah, I wish there was more CONCACAF representation, but if the United States has to carry the continental flag, then I guess we will. Only CONCACAF knockout team. First time the United States has ever been the only CONCACAF team in the knockouts. Hey! Yep. Valverde, keep your mitts off, my boy. Salis Abdul Samed. Get handsy with him. How does Palistri not get time at United, especially in their injury crisis early in the season? I don't know. It's not like he's looked amazing at this World Cup. He's definitely looked decent, though. He's not half decent, you know? Ooh. Well held. Ooh. Darwin. The South Korean goalkeeper is upset at the moment. Mexico did break the curse of the fifth game, which I feel like was their goal. You know, they went into it, they're like, hey, let's not even get to the round of 16, and we will technically achieve our goal. Portugal produced Pepe and Diaz with no center backs in between. Hey. I'm sure there's one. There's that young guy, Gonzalo Inacio. Did he make the team? No. I don't think so. They did play William Carvalho there. I think Antonio Silva's the other center back. He's that guy that's only been playing in a first team for like 5 months. He's like 18 years old. He's definitely the other center back there. Like Gonzalo Inacio is supposed to be good too. Childish Gambino, thank you for the 13 months. Carvalho played some center back in the last match. Does Cavani look like Jesus? I always thought Cavani looked like what Zeus would look like, you know? When I was a little kid, I called him a Greek god. That was like a joke that we had. It was like, oh yeah, he's the Greek god striker. I had a fun childhood. Ooh, well played. Similar flag, to be fair. Yeah, actually, you're right. I never thought about it that way, but... First World Cup with teams from 6 continents to make the knockout stages, I think. Well, I mean, there's no Oceania team at the tournament, so you're probably going to have to wait longer than this for that, unfortunately. Hey, Atti Ziggy. Cavani and Ronaldo are part of the Greek pantheon. How do we know it's not the Roman pantheon, really? Oh, Australia. Well, yeah. Australia, you can make an argument in 2 separate continents, but if we're talking about A representative of all 6 federations. That's not happening. Oh, wow, Nunez, Darwin. God, you chaos merchant. What was that? That was the best chance in this game for either team. 1 goal from Uruguay sends them into the knockout position right now, and currently it is Ghana. Darwin Nunez hadn't done anything, no. Hepler, thank you for the $25 donated to Amnesty International. I appreciate that a lot, dude. That was an excellent recovery by Salisu. Ghana's got better center backs than they used to have. I'll say it. Ghana has a better goalkeeper and better center backs than it used to have. It also has worse forwards than it used to have. So it's like, a little give and take. We also haven't seen Issahaku Abdul Fatawu yet, and I want to see Issahaku Abdul Fatawu. Oh, and Yaki. Can people stop acting like it's Darwin's fault that his transfer fee was so high? I mean, I think it's reasonable to expect a return off of that sort of thing, but obviously people react too quickly to that stuff. Not everybody's Erling Haaland. It was mainly Erling Haaland's come along once a generation. But like after you make a transfer move, most people don't go and bag a ton of goals right away. You got to give them a year or two to they're human beings, settle in, learn everybody, learn the system, and elevate to the level that they need to elevate to meet the expectation. South Korea seems to be under siege, by the way. I just watched Xiao Cancelo crank a shot. Kim dealt with it. It's all right. Oh, nice turn by Kudus. Iñaki Williams. Oh, he should have taken it wide to Kudus, but he's found it wide on the other side. Oh! Oh! Good save! Kudus! Oh, good goalkeeping. Good goalkeeping by Roche. He should have pinned that ball to the ground, but once he let it spill, that's brave goalkeeping. That is how I broke my face, is a play that looked like this. That's not offside at all. Wait a second. Yeah, that's like kind of low-key a penalty. So like if that's not offside, Mohamed Kudus totally chipped that clean over Sergio Roche. Yeah, VAR's looking at it. This is like low-key, high-key kind of a penalty here. So the offside call was for obstructing the goalkeeper's vision, which they're not going to change on VAR. They never changed that on VAR. Oh, he's going to the monitor. Okay. Yeah, I think this might not be a pen because the guy is offside in his field of vision when he's trying to make that save. And the only reason he's in this position, and I think VAR is going to fail again here. I think the offside call was for obstruction of vision. Yeah, I feel hard done if I'm Uruguayan here. I think they got this wrong. I think the offside call is for obstruction of vision. And I think the VAR, if they go and they literally just show you the foul, like obviously that's a penalty, but the only reason he spilled the ball in the first place is he's got Jordan Ayew standing in front of him. Did you see Iñaki Williams figure out it was going to be a penalty and he told the players to go stand around the penalty spot? Like, that is freaking hilarious. No, the guy that was in the field, no, the Mohamed Kudus is not offside. The other guy was offside. Apparently he wasn't offside. How? Why is Ayew saving? Well, then I need to see it again. He looked obviously offside. Watch the replay. I can't control what's on the TV. I haven't seen the replay in half an hour. It looked like the guy that was obstructing the field of vision was obviously offside. If he's not offside, then it's clearly a pen. That's what I'm saying. I mean, use the force and get them to show the frickin' replay again. If the other guy who was in Rochet's field of vision, or Rochet's field of vision, is onside, it's a penalty. No question. Because I think Kudus can get to that ball and he gets taken out. It's a penalty. All right, Andre. Andre Ayew against Nacional's Sergio Rochet. The captain! No! Saved! So many missed penalties in this tournament, dude. The talisman, Andre Ayew, gets stuffed. You know what? He's no Zealand. Zealand and all of his co-ed leagues in New York is perfect on his penalties. He's no Zealand. I'll tell you that. That wasn't a terrible penalty. I'll be honest. That's a really good save. Rochet read that right. He got off of his line. He cut the angle off. That ball was headed right to the corner. That was a good save. That was a good save. History repeats itself. Dude, Ghana needs to convert a penalty against Uruguay at some point. In the history of ever, it will happen. I don't think that's a bad pen. I really don't think that's a bad pen. If you look at it from behind, the dude, he tucked it right into the bottom corner. That's a really good save. The angle on Rochet's angle was great. Like, his angle is fantastic. He gets way off. He's legal, but he's way off the line. Yeah. It was. I don't think that was a bad pen. What do they tell you to do? Tuck it in the corner, you'll be fine. Rochet did a fabulous job of getting off of his line, cutting off the angle. If you look at it from behind, that's going right inside the post. I am a proponent of just hitting the ball a lot harder. Or, like, honestly. Oh, Darwin Nunez! Oh, what a play! What a play! By Salisu! Keeps Ghana in the knockouts. Mohamed Salisu with the clean volley to save the day. Poor Saidu. Did you know Saidu Alidu just made a joke about biting? There's no way he didn't. He just turned to Luis Suarez while they were getting separated by the ref, and he said something, and they both laughed. There's no way he didn't make a joke about Luis Suarez biting. That's exactly what just happened. Man, Portugal looks really good. Unlike France, they're performing admirably after rotating. Wait. Woo! Saidu Alidu, hello. Who scored in the Portugal game? Horta. They rotated like all but 3 players, Portugal, so it's a lot of guys that you haven't seen yet in this tournament. Horta scored the goal, set up by Diogo Dalot, streaking down the wing. South Korea's head coach is also not on the touchline because he got a red card at the end of the last match, so he's got that going for him. There we go, he was on. All right, yeah. He was onside. You're right. That's a penalty. I finally got the replay. What is it? 20 hours after the actual play, I got the replay that shows me it's on. Because it is onside, and that is a penalty, and there you go. Where that penalty goes wrong is it is eminently readable. Like, if you're just watching his hips, you know exactly where that ball is going. I think that's why Rochette's able to get such a good jump on it. Oh, they both missed! Louis! Oh, it's in! Goal! Uruguay! In a cruel twist of fate, Ghana misses a penalty, and Uruguay scores. Georgian D'Arrascaeta. There it is. Wow, both of them missed it. Both of them missed it. Oh, man, 2 guys had a crack at that. That was a good save by Atizigi. He just didn't get enough of a hand on it. Goal given. Oh, South Korea scored while we were celebrating. Oh my God. South Korea scored. Uruguay's on the move again. Ah, what's going on? Okay. South Korea has equalized off of a corner. I'm looking at it right now. Oh, no, it wasn't Kaesung. It wasn't. I do love Cho Gae-sung. That's the striker that misses the ball. Oh, that's Kim Young-gwan. That's the center back that's not Kim Min-jae. Had a baby, Kim Young-won. Now, I want to spice this up for you. One more goal from South Korea means they're going through ahead of Uruguay on the live table. But right now, it's Uruguay. Let's go, chaos. Let's go, chaos. Let's go, chaos. Chaos. All right, all three teams are one goal away from being in the knockouts. That's what we want. That's what we love. That's what we crave. Ghana trying to emotionally recover from what feels like PTSD. A bit of an awkward play for Gadjet. South Korea trying to do their best Japan impression here. Go down a goal, then come back and win it 2-1 in order to go through. Oi. Ow. Oh, what a tackle by Bentancur. Oh, Ronaldo, what a save. I just looked over and saw the replay. I was looking over here. I was at the other game. Oh, Cristiano. Oh, look at this. Look at Son Heung-min. That was a foul. No. Okay. Definitely thought that was a foul on Son Heung-min, but whatever. South Korea looking better. They need one goal to go through to the knockouts right now. Who brings a trumpet to a World Cup match? That's my question. Ghana's got some excellent outfits. I do? Fair enough. You guys bring trumpets to World Cup matches? Cool. Up. Suarez. Oh, the Derisqueta, is it there? Oh! Goal! Georgian Derisqueta. Ah, wow. Holy. Dang, dude. Ghana, they're an agent of chaos. They're going to need to create some more chaos if they're going to get themselves into the knockouts here. Even though Ghana does look like their soul's been absolutely crushed. Adi Ziggy should have gone with his foot. Adi Ziggy should have gone with his foot. Adi Ziggy should have gone with his foot. He hit the ball so hard he forced a tough decision from the goalkeeper, but Lawrence Adi Ziggy should have gone with his foot. He went with his hand and didn't get it there in time. Like, literally moved his foot out of the way of the shot. That means that the Uruguay goal difference is at 0. And that they have 2 goals for. Now, South Korea has 3 goals for, and their goal difference is at -1. This means that if South Korea scores another goal, they are still through. South Korea needs another goal. Ghana needs 2 goals now to pull itself back. But 1 more goal from South Korea, and they are still through on goals for. The goal difference would be the same, but the goals for would be higher for South Korea. Another goal from Uruguay would take it out of South Korea's hands. That would mean South Korea would have to win by multiple goals. It was 32nd. Okay. That was fantastic. That was a fabulously worked goal, though. Bentancur is hurt. Yeah. They brought in Matias Vecino for Rodrigo Bentancur. Got it. Changes in. Very good save in the South Korea game. Very good save. Yeah, this South Korean goalkeeper's actually pretty good. He just stuck another delivery. It was not an easy save. A weird spinning ball off Vitinha. Oh, Ayu. That was a bad touch. Now, what Uruguay is very good at is squeezing the life out of a game. And I think we're about to see that version of Uruguay. Now, they need another goal to be safe, because South Korea is not going to beat Portugal by multiple goals. But South Korea might find another goal. And right now, if they do find another goal, South Korea is still ahead of Uruguay on the table on goals for. Because Uruguay hadn't scored in this tournament until this match, and South Korea already has 3 goals. If they score again, they have 4 goals. So the goals for is never really going to tilt for Uruguay. Hey. Oh, here we go. Mohamed Kudus. Boy, he looks like a special player, doesn't he? What a nice turn away from the defense. Then just neuters the other defender. Like, nice shot, Ronaldo. And he's partially insane if his Twitter's anything to go by. It usually is. Twitter's a nice window into insanity. No filter on that. Oi, oi, oi. Oi! Bad ball. JP Delacameras announcing this Uruguay-Ghana match is so bad at pronouncing anything. Wait, did they give a penalty? No. Oh, that was in the other box. Okay. Ha. Never mind. I saw the foul on Kim Jin-soo in the Korea game, and I was like, what box is that in? I was looking at a replay. Who's your favorite Fox announcer? Derek Ray has been the best so far. Darwin. Ooh! Hello, Darwin. Oh, my. Okay. Salis Abdul Samed on a rampage. I often wonder why announcers don't search how to say names. You don't search. I mean, you're provided with a lot of material that gives you the way to say the names, and you can seek out more of them. I mean, I don't know how World Cup works broadcasting-wise, but before a normal game, you email the information director of a team. You have a meeting with the information director and the head coach. You might have meetings with particular players, depending on what level of the sport you're at. You can request meetings with certain players, talk to them before the game. Not to mention, if you're actually at the game, you can usually go hang out on the field before the game, but I think at a World Cup, that's probably not possible because there's so much media there. That's usually a good way to get little inside stories you can tell in a broadcast. At any of those points, you can review pronunciation. And I think certain people, like, there are people that are very dedicated to saying it the right way, but saying it the right way in a particular way. Or, like, you still say Kevin De Bruyne, and then you have guys like Derek Ray who will literally be like, how's the Flemish way to say this name? Zealand, are you paying attention? I'm mainly watching Ghana, Uruguay, but I'm glancing over at Portugal, South Korea from time to time. And when I glanced over, I saw a foul in the box. And I was like, oh, what? I think the real key and what I really appreciate when teams do, there's some teams that do this, is they literally record each player saying their name. And then they give you the recording. They're like, what is your name? And they say their name. And then they give you the recording. That's the best way to do it. The anchor for Fox, Rob Stone, the evening anchor for the World Cup, said Boga Janito instead of Joga Bonito, which is all-time line. Boga Janito. Mohamed Kudus has got company. He has a lot of company. Somebody want to help my dude Saidu Alidu? He seems to be in some serious pain here. That's screaming? Yeah. Ronaldo! Cristiano! What is that? He's totally on, too. Oh my god, Ronaldo. Oh, he's totally onside. Oh, Ronaldo. Yeah, man, it's time to take the money from the Saudis. It's time to take the money from the Saudis on that. Ronaldo. I love this Canadian guy being like, it's going to be 3-2. Watch. Watch. It's going to be 3-2. I was watching the Ronaldo miss. I didn't see the replay of Saidu Alidu taking a cleat, but I do think he got strafed in the stomach by some studs. Oh, that was an unnecessary foul. Partey just touches him. Varella's like, huh? Oh, man. Portugal's getting space in the box. This Korean keeper's making a lot of saves. Oi! You know, Iñaki came over defending that play, and he was literally like, I am not getting nutmegged. And then yet somehow got nutmegged anyways. That is incredibly impressive from Suarez. Eight minutes? Hello. All right. Eight, I guess with the penalty and everything, yeah. The Portugal South Korea only got 2 minutes, so. Way! So where we're at right now, a little refresher of the situation. If South Korea scores a goal, they are in second right now, so Uruguay is not safe yet. They would need one more goal to be safe, even if South Korea scores. Ghana needs 2 goals. Right now, a draw would be good enough for Ghana. They need 2 goals to get themselves back into this game. And as unlikely as that may seem, they basically stunned Portugal and came back in that game and nearly came all the way back. So I wouldn't say they have 0 chance yet. But Uruguay has absolutely done what it needed to do in the first half so far. As long as Portugal takes care of their business, then Uruguay will be okay. But Portugal has no real incentive to do that. But I know it's interesting. If South Korea scores 2 goals, they could actually take top of the group here. Because South Korea would then have 4 goals. Yeah, they would have 5 goals for. Portugal has 6. Oh, never mind. South Korea would need 3 goals to take first in the group right now. Oh, they don't have the points. God. Seal it! Seal it! God. He's losing it. That's the second time I've done that. I've done like group stage math and goals for and goal difference and just forgotten about points. Not today, but overall. Actually, I'm American. I've never heard of the point system before. How's that work, guys? Oh, dude. Yeah, the only team that can top is Ghana, and Ghana would have to score 3 goals in order to do that. So, and South Korea would have to win. That's the only way Portugal loses top in the group, as I said when we started this stream. South Korea, Portugal is at halftime. We've got plenty to go in Ghana, Uruguay, though. Ugh. Portugal's first no matter what. I mean, they're first unless Ghana scores 3 goals. Yeah. And South Korea scores 1. It's the only thing that flips it. Three minutes left in the 8 minutes of stoppage time. Oi, Palistri, hello. Oh, come on, Facundo. Yeah, just keep going. There's no way this guy's hurt. There's absolutely no way. Oh, come! Yellow card! Please! Somebody in the VAR booth. This guy is down holding his face, and I just got hit in the face harder than Palistri did by my air conditioning unit. My number one change to the sport. The VAR should be able to unanimously award yellow cards when it is so painfully obvious that somebody did not get touched in the face. And you can see it on the replay, and you know they're faking it. Yellow card. Just freaking give it. It'll get it out of the sport. It's the stupidest part of the sport. You know why a lot of Americans think that soccer is a soft sport? That's why. And they're not wrong. That is soft. Embarrassingly soft. Stop it. And the way you get it to stop, because that stuff used to work on refs before VAR, right? The way you get it to stop is to have the VAR official, you have freaking earpieces, be able to go, he flopped. And you just give him a yellow. Because you can see it. There's no debate. You don't need to go to the monitor. You don't need to waste any time. Nobody touched him in the face. 0 facial contact. 0. You think football's soft? Dude, I'm not here talking trash about soccer. My entire life is built around soccer/football. But if you think American football is not a much more violent sport, American football is illegally violent. It's not going to exist in 50 years because it damages your brain catastrophically. But it is an unnecessarily tough sport. Yes, I yeah, I think American football is going to be dead in 50 years because the more brain research we do, the more we figure out it's a catastrophically bad sport to play for your body. But it is inarguably very tough. It's too tough, right? Nobody in their right mind should reasonably play that sport. My kids aren't playing it. I'll tell you that much. I played it, started to get headaches, right? Tore up my ankle. And I stopped. Yeah, like I don't think soccer slash football is soft, but a lot of Americans do because they see a replay like that and go, "Oh, these guys aren't tough." You know, this dude with the golden hair, right? Pretending he got hit in the face. That's the sport, you guys. That's like their thought process. You know, I explain that from time to time when people are like wondering the American stuff. I used to play football until I took an arrow to the knee. I played for 2 years. I played high school football, like American football. All right, we're at halftime. 2-0 Uruguay. They're in second right now. 1 goal from South Korea. Ignites today. Absolutely ignites it. Check out hurling. I've been to a hurling match, actually. It's a fabulous sport. Really enjoyed that. Americans wear armor. Dude, you have no idea. You know not about what you speak at all. You don't. That's okay, right? Because why would you have an opportunity to have played American football, right? But you don't know what I'm talking about. I mean, like the sport can also you can not like the sport and acknowledge that it's a tough sport to play. I've been to multiple rugby matches in my life. And rugby is also incredibly violent. Rugby's really violent in a different way than American football is. Like, I think people compare them too aggressively a lot of the time. This is a good halftime conversation. People compare rugby and American football too directly, right? Rugby, you don't lead with your head. In American football, you lead with your head. Now, this is a different type of insanity and a different type of physical engagement. American football, you can hit people so hard because of that armor. Where in rugby, you see a ton of like shoulder injuries and like different types of injuries, right? And throwing people around in rugby is brutal, right? American football is brutal in a different way. It is absolutely as violent, if not more violent, because you're leading with your head and all that stuff. Yeah, it's just a really violent sport. It's like a bunch of car crashes over and over again. American football has helmets, while rugby, your head is widely open. See, a lot of people look at American football, and this is interesting, because I consider myself, like, striding between two worlds, right? I grew up in the American South, where, like, American football is king, fell in love with soccer, love both sports, right? And end up having to explain each sport to the other group of people. I have to sit down with my friends and be like, this is why people love soccer, right? And I sit down with you guys and I'm like, this is why American football is really, like, tough. This is why people love it, right? So wearing helmets does something. It makes you think you're invincible, right? Oh, music. Yeah, sorry. Wearing like, yes, in rugby, they don't wear helmets. In rugby, they don't hit nearly as hard. Why do they hit harder in American football? Because you're wearing armor. It's a car crash. Like, you can't physically hit people as hard as you do in American football and rugby because you're not wearing armor. Right, you can't. You'll break something, right? If you hit people the same way you hit them in American football, you will break your forehead, right? Like, it gives you a false sense of safety and invincibility. And if you watch American football biggest hit compilations, you're hitting them right here. It's this, and boom, flatten them. Like, whoosh. It's a completely different style of tackling, and that creates a different type of violence, right? American football is you're literally running as fast as you can and blasting. People get, paralyzed in American football because they'll hit with the top of their head and it just folds their neck. That happens to people, which they're trying to get out of the game, but yeah. Like how Vontaze Burfict, yeah. There's a wide receiver named Antonio Brown, right? An NFL wide receiver named Antonio Brown. This is a good thing to bring up. Who is one of the best receivers. Like, in an American football, these are the guys that are catching the ball. Like, those are the receivers. One of the best that ever played the game. he got hit so hard by Vontaze Burfict that it actually changed his personality. Like, I broke him. They completely broke him as a human being. He has never been the same after he got hit by Vontaze Burfict. That's one of the nastiest hits that I've ever seen. And I can't show you it because it's like DMCA'd, right? But yeah, the Vontaze Burfict legitimately broke his brain. And I'm pretty sure he's in a standoff with police right now in Tampa. Like, I'm not even kidding. An arrest warrant was issued for him like a day ago. Like, Vontaze Burfict killed him. That was one of the nastiest hits I've ever seen. Yeah, as a Steelers fan, it's really sad. No, but there are hits in American football that live in lore, and Vontaze Burfict's hit on Antonio Brown like lives in lore. Absolutely knocked him. Like, knocked all of his personality out of him and just changed who he was. But like, that doesn't happen in rugby, but in rugby you have this grinding sort of mauling violence that happens. And you still get concussions in rugby too. But usually it's like you get hit up in the air and then fall down. I watched one happen in the All Blacks game. Dude it was way up in the air when he got kind of flipped. There was another hit. I think it was, I'm trying to remember the guy's name. It was a Browns receiver, like a Cleveland receiver. On being a receiver is a you need to have a really good insurance if you're a receiver, because you're like exposed to these hits. Boy, Muhammad something, the receiver's name. It's one of the nastiest hits I've ever seen. Let's see if I can find it. Browns Muhammad concussion. Muhammad Massaquoi. Muhammad Massaquoi big hit. That's like the fourth biggest. Yeah, James Harrison on Muhammad Massaquoi. It's one of the nastiest hits I've ever seen. Knocked him into next year. James Harrison on Muhammad Massaquoi. I used to watch NFL until Aaron Hernandez suicide. The autopsy of the brain of a 40, 50-year-old. Yeah, no, look. American football is not going to be played in 50 years because it's horrible for your brain. And the more brain research they do, as much as the NFL tries to suppress it, like, you're just, I mean, like, I already know enough. If I have kids, they're not playing. All right? They are not playing. They're not. There's no shot, dude. Absolutely no shot. The only thing I remember about American football is some dude who did a front flip and jumped over another guy. Oh, yeah, Jerome Simpson. Really irrelevant player. Just made one of the weirdest looking cool plays ever. Do you think the rules will change so that they can make it safe to play? I mean, look, a concussion is when your brain rattles around inside of your head. Right? And that is caused by inertia, because when you are moving a direction and then you stop moving that direction, everything else in your body keeps moving that direction. So your brain inside of your head is still moving at that speed. And when you're out, like the outside of your body gets stopped, your brain goes bam, like smacks into the side of your skull. That is what a concussion is, as crazy as that sounds. No helmet is stopping that. Right? Because no helmet can change the laws of physics. So unless you can inject some sort of foam to keep your brain from smacking the side of your skull, there's no way to make football safe to play. Because concussion is your brain smacking the side of your skull. It has nothing to do with the outside of your head. It is inertia. I've had 3 concussions. That's why I'm a Zealand fan. Yeah, I really... I prey on the concussed as a channel in general. Korea and Portugal begin the second half. Yes, let's go. Do-do-do-do-do. foam cranial injections get the commissioner on the line? Yeah, I mean, that's like the only... I came up with that when I was 12. I'm like, the only way you can stop it is you have to get something inside of somebody's head to keep the brain from hitting the skull. But that's probably never going to happen, so... I have extra foam in my head. Why do you think my head is so large? I have foam injections. I have had a severe concussion in my life. I've had one, like, severe concussion. And playing American football, probably got a few more, like, tiny ones. But I got the big one as a goalkeeper. Do you watch NFL? Yeah, of course. It's like in my veins. Of course I watch NFL. I watch NFL, I watch college football, I watch football all weekend. I am aware of the fact that it is bad, but as long as it's on TV, I will watch it. I'm not gonna stop watching it. The biggest contributor to CTE or subconcussive blows hits the head after you're already concussed. Yeah, the problem is if you actually take everybody off the field in the NFL that's actually concussed, there's going to be nobody left on the field. So, you got USC or Utah tonight? Isn't that tomorrow? Or is that tonight? I think USC wins. They're playing for playoff. I think USC wins that game. Music is still on? Oh, right, because you're watching Portugal, South Korea. Well, that game's been on for a few minutes. Uruguay, Ghana hasn't come back yet. My bad. I love college football as a European. I love the pageantry. Yeah, honestly, it's the only sport that I think the college football in particular is the only sport where you get that kind of European history and pageantry that if you're European in particular, you love in sport. College football is a good introduction to that because it's more like European sports. Ton of teams, very regionalized, very fanatical. Like what they did with Tua. Oh, yeah. Oh, it was a back injury. Dude, the guy was so obviously concussed. South Korea, Portugal is weirdly way ahead of Ghana, Uruguay. If South Korea need a goal, they got to be more aggressive than this. Oh, they're making multiple subs, huh? What? Zealand posted a video today? How did I not know that? YouTube doesn't like it very much. So probably didn't recommend it to you. That's my bad, though. I got to make better videos, man. Ah! Yeah, we were trying some of that video. We'll learn and be better. Where's the overview? 11 and 22 coming in for Ghana. Yeah, the goalkeeper video is great. I'm glad you liked it. The watch time on the video is down. It's like less than 50% of the video, so it's not. It's one that won't be recommended to you, I don't think, unless you seek it out, chat. If you want to watch it, New Zealand drop. Kamaldeen Suleimana and Osman Bakari are in. We don't know who's out yet. Jordan Ayew, all right. Not Andre, not the captain, but his brother is out, and the other one is on. Oh wait, Andre is also out. So they brought out both Ayews. Huge blow to the Ayew clan. The Kamaldeen Suleimana's in the team, and that means we got to shrink the table. Match underway. All right, we're off and running. In both matches now, Portugal and South Korea is at 52, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Where Ghana and Uruguay, you can see the time down below. So South Korea is about 7 minutes ahead, 6.5 minutes ahead of where we are here. Ghana on the way forward. Oh, might this just settle? Oh, it will! Oh! Oh, Ghana with the immediate shot across the bow there to try and spook Uruguay. And my boy Sergio Rochet might have taken, I mean, he's offside. Might have taken some studs where the sun don't shine. Yep. Ow. The assembled Ayus on the bench. Nice. Bro, why are you going to fool me like that? I look over, I see a replay of Portugal scoring. What is that nonsense? That was bad touch by Thomas Ponte. Got to be ready for it, big dog. That could have totally been a foul, for the record. Look at you, Darwin. Portuguese coach is scared of Ronaldo, can't sub him. I mean, he has subbed him off in the last two matches. What have you thought of the refs? They have not been bad. There's been a couple of calls where you go, in Canada, I thought got screwed in their match against Belgium, but, you know, ended up both those teams went out anyways, so I guess it didn't matter much. But I think largely the refs have actually been pretty good. Most of the things I've agreed with, they've agreed with. Darwin Nunez, weirdly fast. He's actually very athletic. Oh, Son Heung-min. Ooh. Good block. South Korea's looking. They're looking. Oh, nice work by Kudus and Iaki. Nothing. What's your timer on Portugal, Korea? 56:49, 56:50, 56:51. It's a clean 6.5 minutes ahead of this game. It started a lot earlier because, well, it had 6 minutes less stoppage time at the end of the first half. So, makes complete sense. Oh no, Uruguay Ghana was buffering there. All right, time is back and synced. Had a little buffering. Right now, this is right according to plan for Uruguay. They needed a couple of things to go right. They've all gone right. A goal from South Korea would put South Korea into qualifying position, and Ghana needs 2 goals. As the other match holds, Ghana would need 2 goals to get themselves into qualifying position. Those are the situations. Ghana wants to take first place in the group. They actually need 4 goals. A 4-2 win for Ghana would put them top of the group, and they wouldn't have to play Brazil in all likelihood. But that's a long way away. It's weird to sub your influential captain. I mean, he brought up both IUs, 2 most experienced players in the field, but he knows his personnel better than anyone else. It did strike me as bizarre, though. Yes, it did strike me as bizarre. Fitness issue? Maybe. It didn't look hurt, though. Andre did miss a penalty. Andre Ayew missed a penalty. I think the Ayew brothers are very bad. I think Jordan is pretty bad, yeah. Oi! Dude, Louis literally grabbed the wrong leg. Again, this is like Louis. He literally grabbed the wrong leg. If you've been flopping for 20 years, you should at least know what leg you got hit on. My man literally grabbed the leg he didn't get hit in. And he's like, ref, where's the yellow? I took studs. Didn't take studs, grabbed the wrong leg, bro. Come on. We got to give yellow cards for this stuff. This is my crusade today. Oh, boy. Oh, that was a good header, too. That was a good chance. Another goal for Uruguay makes this really comfortable. Because now even if Uruguay scores again, even if South Korea scores, they can't supplant Uruguay in second. Oh, good ball. Woo! Go for the ball more, Kudus. He's onside. That was a good ball. Come on. He's got the Hamilton could have gotten there too. Oh, trouble. Trouble. For Ghana. Darwin. That might be a pen. That looked like a pen. Yeah, he uses his hand. It's a penalty, but it hit his hand first. You can see it. The guy's right. It hit his hand when he brought it down. Dude, VAR is going to be weird. The last time VAR was right. The VAR needs to see this hand, dude. If the VAR official literally only gives him a shot of the tackle, it's an obvious pen. But they... Show earlier in the replay. All they're showing on the replay room is the tackle, and that means they're going to give the pen, no question, dude. Ronaldo just got subbed out, so did Neves. They brought in Andre Silva, Leao, and João Palhinha. Oh, he gets the ball. Wait. My boy gets the ball. He touches the ball. No way he gives it. Yep, there you go. No pen. He got the ball. He legitimately actually got the ball in this tackle. I have no idea how. But he does touch the ball. You see it. The ball changes direction. I want to see earlier in the replay, I thought the ball hit his hand. I think there's two. I think it touches his hand when he brings it down. And he actually got the ball in the tackle. Cool. All right. Play on. Suarez gets a red. He's out for the round of 16. I don't think he does that. There's the yellow. Hallelujah. Louis always looks like the kid that got his hand stuck in, like he got caught with his hand in the cookie jar, you know? That's a shame. That ball out wide was about to open things up for Ghana. Sometimes it's just not your day. Wait. All right. We haven't had a second half goal yet. We had 4 first half goals, which is very unlike this World Cup. That was ugly from Portugal. South Korea's hanging. Portugal, especially Ronaldo, had like 1 or 2 of those looks that were really well saved. Feeling another Korea goal. Still hoping. Here goes Ghana. Oh, that was a good ball. Rochette had no idea where to go there. Rochette completely misplayed that. Now we'd get a shot that was blocked in the South Korean game. Was this a handball? No. They're never giving that. They're never giving that. It hit his body first. It hit his body first. If it hits the elbow first, maybe, but it hits his body first. It hits his body and then his elbow, which is like right here. They're not giving that. But South Korea is still pushing, and right now Uruguay looks way too comfortable for a team that could be knocked out by 1 goal from South Korea. Like, do you think Uruguay knows that? Because it feels like they don't. Uruguay is acting like they don't know that. Uruguay's got 5 at the back. You know? Oh! Oh, and as I say that, they almost score. Palistri on the wrong side of the post. Leal, that was truly shocking on the other side there. Commentator's curse, yes, Palistri nearly gives Uruguay the 3-goal lead, which would clinch, or a 3-goal lead would clinch. 1 goal knocks Uruguay out with a 2-0, yes. So let me lay it down for you. Points, we'd both be on 4. Goal difference, Uruguay's goal difference would be on 0, and South Korea's goal difference would be on 0. Uruguay has scored 2 goals in this whole tournament, both today. South Korea would have scored 2 goals in this match, added to their 2 goals they scored against Ghana. That's 4 goals for compared to 2 goals for, which gives South Korea the advantage on 0 goal difference with 4 points. So 1 goal from South Korea knocks Uruguay out right now, and Uruguay is currently running a back 5. They're playing like South Korea is not going to score. If South Korea gets this goal, it will stun. Suarez and Palistri just came off. Now, Ghana needs 2 goals. And if Ghana scores 2 goals, then it doesn't matter what South Korea does. Ghana will be going to the knockouts, but they're having a real... Honestly, the way Uruguay's playing is really helping South Korea and hurting Ghana. South Korea's got themselves a free kick. On what I did think was a clean tackle. Yeah, that wasn't a foul. Oh, and Yaki, that was bad. I am watching Portugal, South Korea simultaneously. We have 2 screens up. South Korea needs 1 goal, and it's going through. Lee Kong-in just went for a free kick. Wasn't a terrible hit, but not testing the keeper. Did the Ghanaians take revenge on Suarez today? No. He has been fouled a few times, and the point was raised, but nothing wild, and now he's off the field, so... Too much at stake, both teams trying to go through. I want to see South Korea, well, then you need South Korea to score 1 goal against Portugal in these last 20 minutes. And if you want Ghana, you need them to produce 2 goals in the last 25, 30 minutes here. Subs. Oh, God. I totally forgot to do the subs. Zealand. Edinson Cavani and Nicolas de la Cruz. Got it. Palistri and Suarez off. Little corner fun. Oh, okay. Nicolas de la Cruz and Edinson Cavani. All right, subs are in. But as of now, Portugal is first with 7. Uruguay is second with 4. Ghana's third with 3. South Korea's fourth with 2. 1 goal from South Korea knocks Uruguay out right now. And that's the chaos that that could rain unless Ghana makes a serious run at this. Why? Hello. Uruguay trying to end it right now. They could end it with a goal. Portugal or Uruguay scoring would really ice things. South Korea, proper defense. This group honestly produced some of the best, wildest games. Portugal, Ghana, South Korea, Ghana were fabulous games. But in terms of the final day, it has been fairly straightforward. The pot 1 and pot 2 teams are looking good. Uruguay needed to come in against Ghana and win, and they are doing that. And they needed South Korea not to win while winning. And right now that is happening, even though South Korea looks like maybe the only team to take points off Portugal, who of course rotated a ton today. Oh, look at Ghana. Kudus. Kudus. Woo! Dude, Rachette, man, he is chaotic. Ghana setting changes. Ghana's only made 2 changes so far, so they've got Iñaki Williams off for Semenyo. And Salis Abdul Samed is off. Okay. Daniel Kilfi Kire. Antoine Semenyo. Boom. Subs in. South Korea's got about 15 minutes now to save their World Cup. They need 1 more goal. Ghana has 25 minutes to score 2. And 1 more sub to do it. Bad pass away. South Korea making some offensive changes. Well, they brought out Lee Kong-in. They did bring out Kim Young-Wan, their other center back. They brought out Lee Kong-in. They brought in Hwang Ui-jo. Hwang Ui-jo is a bona fide striker. Come on, Korea, be as good as Japan. That's what they need to do. They need to pull a Japan. They need to pull out a comeback from down 1-0 to win 2-1, and they will go through. Still, Uruguay is playing like that's not going to happen, but one goal from South Korea has Uruguay out of this tournament. And I think Uruguay is not showing the right amount of urgency with that in mind. They're not controlling their own destiny here. Like, it isn't just winning you're in for Uruguay. There's other contingencies in play. Portugal's answered with some of their own subs. Now from the wing. Kamaldeen. Well worked. Oi! That was a good pass. That was a good looking pass from South Korea to try and open things up. Whoa! There's a tackle and a really good one by Alidu. Oh, nice turn by Kudus. Kobe Jones has no idea what he's talking about. It's like, it's going end to end. That probably benefits Ghana more. I'm like, dude, if South Korea scores one goal, Uruguay is out right now. If I'm Uruguayan, I am desperate for another goal. Because I think you're more likely to score than Ghana. You certainly were in the first half. I do not want to leave this in the hands of a Portugal who doesn't really care right now. What? Bruh. 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 Yeah, right now, no second half goals in either match. So the math has not changed. We are okay. That was one of the dumber attempts I've seen. Oh, yeah, the scarves are up. We've got new tape. Scarves are popping. They're looking good. Come on, South Korea. Do something nuts, huh? Do something nuts. Ooh. Kudus. Whoa. Kamaldeen. Kamaldeen. Excellent turn. Oh, Kamaldeen. Look at this from Kamaldeen Sulemana. Good ball. Oh. Would you like this dance? He cut too fast for even himself. He like literally couldn't keep his feet after that cut in. If he had, he would have had a great opportunity to cross that ball. Oh! Oh, it's kicked free! Oh! Oh, Ghana! Antoine Semenyo. Oh, man. Alrighty, subs. Dennis Gete scored both the goals is off. Hadn't really done anything since he scored the goals. Darwin Nunez is off as well. Dude, neither of the announcers in this Uruguay match seem to be aware of the fact that South Korea is 1 goal away from knocking Uruguay out. Like, neither of them are aware of it. They're like, oh, Uruguay's able to rest some players for the next round. I'm like, dude, this is so not over. 1 goal in one other game that Uruguay's not even in. They have no control over it at all. Knocks them out. The announcers, oh, they're resting players. You know, be a big advantage for the next round. Looking good. Ghana has to win to advance. No, with the results right now, Ghana could have a draw and advance. That's where the results are. Which means Ghana needs 2 goals instead of 3. But these guys, they need me sitting there in their ear, like, doing all this math. I'm right at least most of the time. Oh! Kudos. Hello. And Augustine Canobio. I'm getting the subs up right now. Oh, baby. Well, aren't they just turning up the heat a little bit? Yeah, like, they just don't really know how close Uruguay is to being eliminated because the match Uruguay is in is so comfortable. That was not a clean save from Rochet. Hey. Rochette has been better, I think, than Muslera has been. I think it was a good decision to start him. Woo! Kamaldeen! Good gracious. Each player for South Korea wants to be the hero. I can't blame them. They need a goal. South Korea has essentially stoppage time to score. Ghana needs 2. Their fans are asking for 3, but Ghana only needs 2 goals. Need a little more urgency from South Korea. Aye. Oh, breaking in space. Son Heung-min. Oh, he needs one of those long magic runs, doesn't he? Oh! Oh, is he onside? Oh, he is! South Korea scored! Uruguay is out! South Korea has scored the goal to end Luis Suarez and Edinson Cavani's World Cup careers. The live table is South Korea on goals 4. They haven't realized in the Uruguay match yet, but they will soon. South Korea has scored. Uruguay needs the goal. South Korea has gone full Japan. They've gone from 1-0 down to 2-1 up to put themselves in knockout position. And Uruguay is a freaking 5 at the back. Uruguay's parking the bus is not paid off because South Korea has scored. And Uruguay needs a goal or they are out. Luis Suarez has realized it on the bench. South Korea has scored and Uruguay is out on goals for. They're realizing. Oh, where do they find these announcers? These guys freaking suck, dude. This is such a crazy, dramatic moment. JP Della Camera thinks that Luis Suarez is crying because of the tackle. Are you kidding me? There is drama going on. Pay attention. You don't even know what's going on. Whoa, Kamaldeen. Whoa, Kamaldeen, go for a ride. Dude, JP Della Camera's like, Suarez really worried about that tackle. No! South Korea scored. The announcers still haven't said it. If you were just watching this game, you wouldn't know that Uruguay is out. They still haven't said it. Figure it out. Come on, I believe in you. Come on. What does that goal mean? There you go. Oh! 4 minutes later. You're so good. It's a joke. Absolute joke. Come on. You can get there. He's reading a freaking grocery list. This is life or death. Uruguay is now out of the World Cup because they've been parking the bus for the last 30 minutes instead of trying to score a third goal. Korean fans are crying in the stands. There's going to be a bunch of babies named Ui Jo because Wang Ui Jo just scored. I have no issue with that. If I was South Korea, my kid would be named. Like, if I was South Korean, I'd be like, yeah, Shannon Ui Jo, 100%. He was onside. They just brought up the freaking replay. South Korea's beating Portugal to knock Uruguay out of the World Cup. It's freaking insane. JP Della Camera is still wandering around the face. He doesn't seem to be aware of how Uruguay is not second in the group. He just assumed because they're Uruguay that they're going to be there. Uruguay needs a goal. They've got to send everybody forward. They have to get a goal. Valverde, just shoot. Dela Cruz. Nicolas Dela Cruz. Oh, Cavani! Oh, what a save! By Lawrence Antizigi. Oh, he was offside. Still, holy Moses. Lawrence Antizigi. I mean, he is offside. He might not be. That foot is close. That is a monster save from Lawrence Antizigi. He accordions at the end of this, too. Woo! Ow. That was the way he threw his body back, he just lands on top of his neck. So Ghana's likely out, but they're trying to save South Korea. I told you. What was I telling you guys the whole game? If you're Uruguay, you know what this World Cup has been. Asia is balling out. Upsets everywhere. Portugal doesn't care. They don't need any result from this match. They're just trying to not get hurt. You've got to go and score another goal or two. And Uruguay went to 5 at the back, and they're going to pay for it. Right now, they're paying for it. And I do feel bad for Luis Suarez, because as much as I get mad at his flopping or whatever, that dude is, all he wants is to win. And if he was on my team, I would absolutely adore him. And I feel terrible for him, because he's not even on the field while his World Cup career is coming to an end. And if Ghana scores 2 goals, then they shock everybody. And they have more goals for than South Korea. And they would take that spot. It's possible. We got 8 minutes of stoppage time for Uruguay to find a goal. South Korea, Portugal should be over. It should be over. So it will all come down to this. Japan did it. South Korea has now done it from down 1-0 to up 2-1. South Korea has won. Uruguay needs 1 goal. That's the situation. Ghana needs 2 in 8 minutes of stoppage time to send themselves through, or else both of these teams are going out. 8 minutes of stoppage time. Edinson Cavani to save his World Cup career. Whew. Hey, Salisu, away. Yeah, the whole Korean team's crying. They did what they needed to do. They figured out, they found the win against Portugal. Uruguay, who's been parking the bus the whole second half, now has to come out of that with no more subs and go for a goal. Yeah, they have no more subs. They made all of their changes, and now they need another goal. Ghana needs 2, which things could get really weird here if Osman Bakari makes a play. Kudus. He's clearly offside. And the flag is up. I mean, Ghana's not trying to hold. That's the thing that might open this up. Ghana needs 2 goals to go through, or else they're out of the tournament. So this could absolutely open up. Cavani waved off. They are definitely going to look at this. I didn't really see it well. Look, he totally could be trying to draw it. It could be one of those where he throws himself into the defender. I've got to see the replay. We had a terrible angle on this. He flopped. He's literally just trying to draw it. He's just trying to draw it. It's not a pen, yeah. That was a Ronaldo-esque pen. That's like you're trying to draw it. You stick your leg in front. This is awkward. They've made all their subs, and then all of a sudden South Korea scored. If you weren't watching this game, Uruguay was parking the bus the whole second half. The announcers and maybe even Uruguay weren't aware of the fact, like, South Korea was as close as they were to beating Portugal, and then South Korea beat Portugal. Asia's there to get in another team in the knockouts. They've already got Australia and Japan. Now, I feel terrible for Suarez if he goes out like this, not even on the field, in a 2-0 win. Of course, Ghana needs 2 goals, but that's getting very perilously late for them. Ghana had a penalty saved in the first half and a poetic injustice. Oh, nice moves. Okay. Baba Rahman. Good ball. Oh, Kudus is... Oh! What a block. Hello. Oh. Semenyo. That's not a penalty either. I mean, that's also a flop. And now there's space. Here we go. Here we go. Ghana got caught up because, of course, they're looking for a goal, too. Why shoot that? Good save, but why shoot that? It's a good save. It's one that Adi Zigi's going to make. But why do you shoot that now? Why do you shoot it now? PD, thank you so much for the $50 donation. Hey, Amnesty International, I appreciate it. 3 minutes. Kamaldeen! Oh, Rocher! Oh, big save by Rocher. Sorry, Urochet. Dude, there's so much space because both teams have... I mean, Ghana, you gotta go. You gotta go, Ghana. Baba Rahman. That was very chilled. I mean, the whole field is open. Dude, if you're South Korea, you can't even watch right now. This is insane. Bad pass. Oh. I mean, these guys look exhausted. Baba Rahman. Oh, my God, Baba Rahman. That's 2. What are you doing? Cavani. Oh! Dude, what are the spaces that are being opened up here? What are the spaces being opened up right now? Amarte, good challenge. If that's on target, it's blocked too. Kawates, not quite what they need. This is Ghana's revenge. Ghana has officially given up on trying to advance itself because they know they're not going to score 2 goals. The Ghanaian players are clearly aware of the fact that Uruguay is out right now. This is Ghana's revenge. It's not going through themselves. It is grabbing Uruguay and just taking them down with them. That, like, Ghana literally, you just saw the shift in the last 2 minutes where Ghana was like, wait a second. We're not going to score 2 goals and go through here. We're going to make a sub, take an hour to take a goal kick, and actually just drag Uruguay down with us. That is what they're doing now. That, like, this is Ghana's sweet revenge. Is they are taking Ghana? They're taking Uruguay with them. That's what's the call here? Offside. All right. Uruguay is out. South Korea with a win over Portugal can get itself to the round of 16 and get a date with Brazil. Oh, that was a foul. This is the last chance. This is the last chance right here. Right here. This chance. It's the last one. Stunning upset by South Korea. Has Uruguay on the ropes on goals for. It is goals for right now that has Uruguay out. This is it. All those people that said Son wasn't a big game player, he assists the winning goal for South Korea in stoppage time and is taking South Korea to the knockouts for the first time since 2002 if Uruguay can't score off this free kick. Son's legacy complete if Uruguay can't score. Is it De La Cruz? It's Nicolas De La Cruz! Ooh, on target. But Auntie Ziggy's been big this whole game, man. He's been big. That's it! South Korea have done it! Uruguay is out of the World Cup. South Korea into the knockouts for the first time since their semifinal in 2002. Ghana and Uruguay eliminated. Uruguay on goals for, Ghana on points. I feel terrible for Suarez. The Uruguayans going down with an argument. What is Godin doing? He didn't even play in this game, bro. What are they upset about exactly? Yeah, it's revenge for Ghana. This is revenge. A dish best served piping hot for Ghana. They just killed time in the last 3 minutes. And they have eliminated Uruguay as well as themselves. I mean, Ghana would have gone into this with the 0-0s in both matches. Ghana was going through. And so they'll be upset that they weren't able to make that work. But yeah, the Ghana has gotten its revenge on Uruguay, who jumped out to the early lead. And honestly, I think Uruguay paid for their sins. Really, they backed off too early. I kept saying it over and over and over and over again in the second half. If South Korea scores one more goal, Uruguay is out. It took South Korea forever to find that goal, but they found the goal, right? And once they found the goal, that's a huge problem. Huge problem. Ghana and Uruguay are out of the World Cup. Ghana's obviously not happy about it either, but they have taken Uruguay with them. And South Korea's stunning upset of Portugal has sent them to the knockouts of the World Cup. And you got to be happy for South Korea. Uruguay backed off too early and started to defend when one goal could knock them out, and one goal did knock them out. South Korea is just freaking just jubilant. This group stage continues to be absolutely insane. Again, feel bad for Luis Suarez, one of the greats of an era, one of the, in my opinion, 5 best players over the last, 10, 15 years that is now gone from his last, what is definitely his last World Cup. That's a bitter pill to swallow. As annoying as he can be from time to time, it is sad to see a guy's career like that end. And same with Cavani. He's not at that level, but he's also gone. Ghana, welcome back to the World Cup. They made a ton of noise, and they did get some they did get some revenge. So Ghana's the youngest team at the World Cup as well. They will be back, I'm assuming, 4 years from now to try and make some more noise as the youngest team at the World Cup. So there you go. Portugal and South Korea, just like everybody predicted. I did say this South Korean team had a good chance to get out of this group. They ended up pulling it off, even though they lost to Ghana. They found a way to beat Portugal and draw 0-0 with Uruguay. So congratulations to South Korea. Condolences to the Uruguayans, to the Ghanaians for not going through. But Ghana could at least hold its head up that it was able to ruin Uruguay's day as well, which I know Ghana would have wanted to do. Service, thank you so much for subbing. Thank you for the 7 months. What a crazy final. The final 20 minutes was wild. South Korea, I can't even imagine the scenes in Seoul and around the country. A nation that's absolutely mad for the sport, that is finally under the leadership of its talisman, its superstar, Son Heung-min, guided its team to the knockout stages of the World Cup on goals for. All right, we have one more go at this. There's one more set of matches that we have, and it's Brazil, Cameroon, Serbia, and Switzerland. The one match that I had circled, a match between two teams that really, really, really don't like each other, in Serbia and Switzerland, and that is going to be spicy because World Cup knockouts are on the line. Cameroon is also alive, but they have to beat Brazil. Wouldn't put it past this World Cup to produce a result like that with Brazil's injuries as well. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for being a part of the experience. I will see you in about an hour and a half. We come on about 20 minutes before the games to get the lineups and talk about it. It's South Korea and Portugal that are coming out of the group. South Korea will play the winner of this next group, and Portugal will play the second place team in this next group. I'll see you guys then. What a freaking day, chat.